Welcome to your general past life psychic reading. Now, before I begin, please know this reading can become gruesome. This is not for children to be near. So if you have children near you at this time, please pause or stop this video and come back later when it's clear, because I will be shown things sometimes of how people passed away in past lives and some very gruesome details as far as abuse and different things that had taken place. So these things are important to know because sometimes we carry karmically things into another lifetime, such as the one we're in now. And when we do so, it helps sometimes to know, not focusing all of our focus on the past, but understanding why we may fear fire, why we may fear death, why we may fear different things in this lifetime. And if you don't have fears, it could also be interests, why you're interested in a certain area, such as Egypt. Did you live there before? Things of that sort. So that's what past life readings that I do are all about, is figuring out mainly any type of karmic healing that needs to be done within this lifetime so you can set your spirit free and you can be completely and totally physically, emotionally, and spiritually free in this lifetime and move forward in the most successful and abundant manner. All right, guys, let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to begin with the crystals, and then I will go on to some cards, and I'm going to be spiritually led with everything that I do. So we'll see what Spirit has in store. Holy Spirit, Holy Divine, all who are with me in the highest divine realms of love and truth, I ask that you please give me clear understanding. Please give me only clear information, no symbology. Give me actual occurrences that people who will watch this video will need to know, things that they have experienced, no matter how horrible they may seem, so that they can release these things and heal within this lifetime to live their most abundant and productive lives, so that they can set their spirits free and live happily, so that they can understand why they may be experiencing and encountering certain actions within this lifetime. Thank you, Spirit. One more time. If there are children present, please stop this video. Here. Thank you. Who is collective? Okay, and what is this? I see. Yes, I'm seeing many people. This is like almost like a mob type. Um, it's giving me the feeling of like biblical times where people would be stoned to death, or people would be before uh, a community of people. And the laws were so much different then. I'm seeing two people. One who has an eye missing that has actually been injured and is no longer there. This is a masculine energy, a male. And this will not be going as far as masculine and feminine energy, because Spirit is showing me exactly some instances of what has happened to some of you that will be watching this. So when I say male, I mean male in body. And this person has their mouth open. It's like he's hunkering down over another person that is down on the ground, almost as if this person has been beaten and is vomiting. So it's like these two are the two that are before this crowd of people. Give me more, please. Here. Okay, thank you. Okay, and what is this? Okay, so I'm seeing a crowd of people. What Spirit's giving me here, it's like um, there's cliques within this crowd of people. So now I'm like seeing a different clique. Most of these are females together, and it's kind of like they're just talking and gossiping, like what's going on. Okay, but within this clique and to the side of them is a female. This female is extremely angry. It's giving me the sense of something happening here that is false, that is not true. Two people being accused of something that is not true. But the community is going against these two people. So this female is very angry. Please tell me, who is this female? Okay, here. Thank you. Okay, so this female is the wife or lover of the person that is hunkered over towards the ground vomiting. She knows something. Give me more, please. Or would you like me here? Okay, thank you. Sleep. Ah, I see. Okay, so the person that is hunkered over vomiting, that is being accused, was actually in bed asleep beside this female when something occurred that this person is being accused of. So this person was innocent. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and get one card, Spirit, please. Tell me when to stop. Give me the top card with the eye facing. Give me the top card, please. Please tell me when to stop. You want this one too? No. Okay. Please tell me when to stop. Top card, eye facing. Now? No. Okay. Now. Now? Here? Here. Okay, thank you. And what do we have? Yes, we have social oppression, religious oppressor. Okay, and we have domestic. Yeah. And we also, I'll show you this in just a moment. We also have the time frame, late Middle Ages. The lesson in this is peace, death of old age, location, India, trauma, witness or bystander, faith is secret, love, LGBT, identity, father. Okay, so we have a lot going on here. So it appears, collective, that many of you have been some kind of bystander, okay, to a situation that you knew was not true, okay? So you had to witness death. You had to witness persecution against others. And it definitely had to do with religious beliefs. Many of you were some type of more affluent. Remember, I saw you in a clique. More of an affluent type energy. You were the only one that was angry. And part of your lesson is to learn how to make peace with this. And I feel like what they were being accused of is LGBT, being gay or lesbian. And that in that time period, this was something to be murdered over in public. However, it wasn't true to begin with, because this male was in bed lying beside this female, which is you. Anything else from this card? Okay, so you had to live a very long death. It says old age. You lived a very long death, and you had to make peace with this all these years of these two people being mauled to death. Over something that wasn't real. Okay, Spirit, please give me more. What would you like to tell collective? Thank you. Okay, so we have farm, and we have scribe, a writer. Okay, so many of you may have a knack for writing. You may like to journal a lot. You may like to write books, poems, or may be interested in reading those. Okay. All right. You're also connected to farming. And I feel like within this time period, that you would be, it's more like the more farm animals that you could acquire would give you your status in the society. More from this deck. No. Okay, thank you. Okay, where would you like for me to go? Here? Was it here or here? Here? Okay, thank you. We will be going back and forth to the crystals. I'm just allowing Spirit to guide me. Guys, I know I may sound pretty stiff. These readings are pretty heavy on the energy. So just please bear with me. Okay, what would you like to tell collectively about this past life karmic issue? Thank you. This one? Yes. What do we have? Ten of Swords. Okay, we definitely have a huge, huge issue here. It feels to me like you witnessed, because of the click that I was seeing of the females, you witnessed people turning almost for the excitement of something, all because of gossip and talk. You know how we can talk about things and one person gossips and tells one story, and by the time it gets to the 10th person, it's completely different and very juicy, much more juicier than it started. I feel like that's something kind of like what's going on here. Spirit, give me more. Where would you like for me to go? Here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All these? Yes. These? Yes. Okay. Thank you. These came out together, so I'll keep these together. Which do you want me to pull first? These? Okay. So we have Poker Face and the Snake. Poker Face, taking a chance, risking options, not showing your hand, and gambling. Hold on. Let's get this to focus. Okay. And we have the Snake. Competition and enemy. The other woman, look over your shoulder. So I definitely feel like this has to do with a clique that you were in. So there could definitely be trust issues that you've been facing within this lifetime. Some of you may start out trusting people, but once you're in a relationship for a short period of time, you begin second thinking whatever relationship it may be. It could be a relationship of any kind. But you start having trust issues. Others of you, the trust issues may be right off the bat. It may take you quite some time to really begin to trust people that come into your life. Feeling like, because of this poker face and the snake coming out together, feeling like there's someone out to get you. Okay, let's see what we have here. Key on a ring, many options, unconventional, one night stand, and string along. That came out with not enough, lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, and frustrations. So this key on the ring, many options, unconventional, one night stand, string along. I feel like this has to do with people accusing this couple, or they weren't actually a couple, but these two males, of having an intimate relationship. And I feel like it's not enough lacking confidence, frustration, self-sabotage, ego, and fear. I feel like that is, in other words, not having enough evidence to go up against this whole mob, this whole community of, I'll call them uppity up people, okay? Basically not having a leg to stand on. Okay, where would you like for me to go? Here, thank you. Some of you may feel like in this lifetime, you are for the underdog. You want to help take care of the underdog. You want to help stand up for them. Show other people that the underdog can be a good person, is a good person. Mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. I feel like this is something that definitely you have left unhealed in your past life during this lifetime. Because this card said that you lived and passed with old age. So you had, because what I was seeing here, you were young. I would say approximately 20 years old. So you had many, many years that you had to live with this. No way to make it right. You were in a bad position because if you would have turned against this clique, they would have turned on you like that. So you felt like you couldn't do enough. You so wanted to say something, to do something, that you didn't. Because you knew that you would be at risk of death. So I feel like you wrote about it. Many days and many nights you wrote about it, attempting to clear your mind, attempting to release things, to make some kind of sense out of what happened. But you couldn't. Spirit, where would you like for me to go next? Here. Thank you. Okay, who is collective? Oh, I see. Okay. So what is going on here? Okay, so approximately 2-3 years later, you look about 2 to 3 years older. Okay, this female. You're kind of looking over to your side at a male in the background. Now this male looks pretty hateful. Okay, I'm just going to be honest, pretty hateful. But he looks powerful. And I feel like it was the power that drew you to this person. Because I'm telling you, this person looks pretty hateful. This is some kind of authoritative figure. This could have been a king or a prince, possibly a knight. Spirit, give me more, please. Tell me more about this situation. Here. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And what is this? Okay, I see. Okay, so Spirit is showing me two different things here. So one, you had like a piece of material, like a handkerchief, blowing your nose and crying. You were alone. And the second thing that Spirit was showing me, it was like you were sitting up in bed and you had both wrists like this, as if they had been bound together, and you were crying. Okay, Spirit, give me more. Tell me what is going on here. What is this about? Here. Thank you. What is that? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so this is, it's not a king or an emperor, but this person is still some type of, could be a prince, some kind of hierarchy. This person isn't wearing a crown or anything like that. He is wearing like a long robe. He looks very, very like prudent. I'm feeling like he did something to this girl. Give me more, please. What's going on here? What is the storyline? Here. Thank you. Okay. I see. Yes. We have abuse. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I was feeling. Okay. So what Spirit is showing me here is that same male is coming up behind you. And it's like forcing you. He has this very angry look on his face again. And in the background, I am seeing a bed. So this is a bedroom. Some of you may have noticed in this lifetime repeating abusive patterns. Spirit was also showing me there were other people. It was as if, how can I explain this? It was as if you can imagine being inside of a huge palace of some kind. And you have some kind of hierarchy. And there are many workers that are like standing in line. They're watching everything. And it's like it's normal. They don't come help her. They're there to assist this person in some kind of hierarchy, whatever they are. They're not helping her. So in this lifetime, what I'm getting here, definitely issues with trust. If you felt drawn to click on this, there's definitely something in here for you. If you did not and you were just curious, and of course there may not be, but for those of you that felt drawn, there's definitely something here about trust. There's definitely something here about cyclic patterns, patterns of abuse, or patterns of some kind of mistreatment somehow. And it doesn't have to mean it is in a relationship as far as like a love or romantic relationship. It can be with family. It can just be cycles, just different people you meet, just in many different ways, but some kind of cycles here happening. There may be some of you that have actually have been in a situation or will be in the very near future of being at, maybe let's say, at a workplace, and you see that someone's being accused of something wrongfully. And if you speak up, you lose your job. You lose everything. You have no way to make it because you live check to check. You may be faced with something like that or have been. And if so, then you're looking at this. I wish I could have done something. I wish I could have said something. And I feel like for those of you that this is about, feeling like you couldn't say anything, so you didn't, or you don't. Spirit is wanting you to forgive yourself. I know it may sound hard, but Spirit is wanting you to release this. Spirit's wanting you to understand this is something that you carried over because the hurt, the unforgiveness of yourself in a previous lifetime that you brought over into this lifetime, is the energy still there. It's still lingering. It's still bringing situations like that into your life now. And in order to stop these patterns, to stop these karmic things, and to begin karmically healing, is to start by forgiving yourself of anything known and anything unknown that you have done. And start realizing that some things that we bring into this lifetime, it's only because we were not allowed or not allowing ourselves to set ourselves free in a previous one. And we don't want to carry these on if we come back again into another lifetime, whether it's here or anywhere else. We don't want to carry these energies into another lifetime, right? So the best thing to do would be to begin forgiving yourself. Yes, maybe it was a mistake you made. For others of you, yes, maybe you are too untrusting towards others. Maybe it's caused a lot of issues in your life so far. But you have to be able to look at yourself and forgive yourself first. Because the whole key to this is setting your spirit free and finding total peace and harmony within yourself. And also something else I want to bring up, the Spirit explained to me, because the LGBT came out with love. These people were accused, these two men accused of doing something they weren't doing. Now, Spirit explained to me as far as LGBT, what's happening is let's say, for instance, you go through a lifetime, you come in, you want to experience what it's like to be a male. Okay, so you're a male. Then you want to come back next time and you're like, I want to experience what it's like being a female. Well, there is a lifetime of transition. There's a transitionary period. So, for instance, you were here as a male. Okay, you could have came here several times. It's going to depend on each person, each spirit, each soul. But then all of a sudden, okay, you want to experience things as a female now. Okay, so you come in as a female, but it's a whole lifetime of transitioning. Okay, so you may have a female body, but you still may have mentality of the male. So it takes a whole lifetime to transition over into that female, to come back the next lifetime as the female. Okay, and that is what I was shown. Okay, if you don't believe it, that's okay. I was shown that, and that's what I believe. I judge no one. Okay, so whether these two people had been together or not, I was seeing that no, they hadn't been, but they were accused of it. But they did not understand in that lifetime or in that culture, they did not understand the LGBT spiritually to begin with. Therefore, you did not understand unless God or the divine explained this to you at that time. You would have not known this either. Okay, so regardless, you have to be able to learn to forgive yourself. Spirit, please give me more. Here, thank you. Thank you. This one. Yes. What do we have? Temperance. Okay, what else, please? For temperance. Tell me more about this past life, this karmic energy that needs to be released. Whoa, thank you. What do we have? Reverse or upright? Upright. We have Two of Cups. This is definitely, with the Temperance. That can mean a soul connection. And the fact that it came with the Two of Cups here, there's some kind of soul bond. I feel like many of you in this lifetime, you have or you will be re-entering into a relationship with this same person. Spirit, give me more about this, please. It's Temperance. I feel like this is a do-over. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. I feel like this is going to be the righting of a wrong. Give me more, please, about this Temperance. Thank you. This one? Yes. Yeah, Nine of Swords. And what is the outcome, please, in this lifetime? What is the outcome for the collective? Thank you. Did you want this in the upright? So we have the Judgment. So this is definitely a huge realization here. In this lifetime, you begin realizing when this person or situation comes into your life, I feel like for many of you, it's going to be an actual soul person. You're going to be given the option here of coming into unity with this person. But because of the past lifetime, again, there's going to be this trust issue. So one or both of you could feel like you're being left out in the cold for quite some time. Lots of anxiety around this union. But then it's like you have this big realization. The two of you begin realizing that you do have a soul tie. And it's not actually a negative one. It's a very good, loving soul tie. But you also have to understand here that this person, collective, that is coming in for you, what they went through. This person was accused of something that they didn't do. So this person may have the characteristics of having issues with commitment, or they could be overly committal, as in extremely codependent, extremely clingy, always explaining what that they have done. The smallest little things, like they have to explain every little detail, they feel like, to explain all of their actions. Things that most of us would think are just normal, like there would be no explanation, but this person will feel like they need to explain a lot. It could also be a person that says, I'm sorry, like all the time. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, please give me more about this Judgment. Thank you. These? Yes. Okay. Reverse or upright? Upright. We have the Hermit. It came out with Magician. And the Hierophant. I can't make this up, guys. I cannot make this up. The Lovers. And the Chariot. Look. This is awesome. Okay. So, in this lifetime, your connection with this person, what's going to happen here is when you have this big realization, because this is going to, I'm going to be honest with you, this is going to be very scary. And this doesn't mean it has to be an intimate partnership, but I feel like for many of you, it will be. Whether now or later in this lifetime, but there's some kind of huge bond, huge union between the two of you. Enough so yeah, you're not going to know if you can trust it. And then you begin seeing, I feel like, I just heard synchronicity. So I feel like with this Judgment card, this realization, you're going to start seeing a lot of synchronicities if this hasn't happened already. Lots of numbers, lots of symbols, or animals, insects, the list goes on and on. So then you're going to go into Hermit mode here. You're going to have to take some time away. Assess the situation. Receive the downloads, everything that you possibly can. If you were going through and journaling about this situation or writing about it in any way, I feel like this will be a time that you will go within. And while you're in this Hermit mode, you will be going over those things, trying to pull out all the bits of information that you possibly can to make some kind of conclusion here. Others of you that can simply be reading or researching information as well. And then we have the Magician. And this is Spirit saying that you have everything that you absolutely need. Trying different ways. You have all these different tools at your disposal. To manifest this by first releasing whatever this was from the past for you in this past life. Forgiving yourself. And remembering that we come here for lessons. We come here to hurt and be hurt. And I know that's kind of harsh to say it that way, but this is the reality of it. We come here to teach others, and we also come here to learn. And then we have the Hierophant. So see, I really feel like, guys, this Hierophant is like the master of knowledge. And also becoming some type of spiritual teacher or leader. So some of you watching this could actually be doing something with divination or receive downloads, be psychics, mediums, psychic mediums. The list goes on and on. But being awakened to something spiritually. Some of you may feel as if you are a chosen one. And then we have the lovers. So it's like gaining all of this knowledge, releasing all of this past hurts and traumas, forgiving yourself, even things that you know without a doubt you had no idea of. Even if you just in this lifetime kept noticing patterns of certain people coming into your life, or that you keep getting certain jobs or something like that, that always ended up not being greener on the other side, right? And when you begin learning that it's okay to mess up, and it's okay to let these things go, then all of a sudden, here comes your soulmate. And it happens very quickly after you have released. So I definitely feel like here, I'm getting ready to close this reading, but I definitely feel like Spirit's saying with this, it's going to be important for you to, if you don't already have a way that you release energies and attachments from your spiritual cord, to go ahead and research and find what fits for you. There are many, many ways that you can do this, and it's going to be about what you believe, and what you feel will work. Okay. Now, what I do, I'll just tell you what I do because it works for me, but it may not work for anyone else. Okay. But it's just something that I do and it works for me. For past life, I imagine that while I'm laying on my back, I take my left hand and I imagine that I am holding on to a bunch of strings, each string leading to a balloon with helium in it. So it's kind of like, when you go to a circus, you have somebody holding a whole bunch of balloons, right? So you're holding that bunch of balloons right here, right at your navel, okay? Right where your spiritual umbilical cord would be. Yeah. Since it's a past life, and unless you have abilities where you could go back and you can see what I was seeing here, and you can see the people's faces, you don't really know what they look like. And that's okay. You don't have to paint a picture because you don't know what that person looks like. You just know there's lots of balloons, there's lots of people involved, there's a group of people. That's all you need to know. So you have multiple balloons representing each situation. So then what I do is I hold it just above, leaving a little bit of space between my umbilical cord area, my belly button, okay, and the imaginary strings. And I say something as I am pretending I am cutting the strings. I do it slowly. I say something like this: I now release all negative karma, all negative energies, known and unknown, all lessons, all things, contracts, spoken and unspoken. I now claim them void. and I release them back to God, back to the Holy Divine for transmutation and transformation for the greater good of all. And I release, and as I release, I imagine them floating away until I can no longer see them. Okay? Now, again, it may not work for you, but there are many ways that you can find something, some way, somehow to release past life energies. Okay, let's go ahead and get a few focus cards. What you need to focus on in this lifetime for the situation. Okay, thank you. This one? Yes, more from this deck. No, thank you. Okay, so the first one we have flexibility. Gently flow through the turbulence. Life has the ability to shape you. Bend, don't break. Love it. So I feel like Spirit's saying here, don't allow yourself to focus so much on how you've messed up. Okay, the things, the wrong choices, the wrong people, the wrong jobs, things that didn't work out for you. And remember that these things were shaping you all along. Okay, and then we have dance. Find your heart's rhythm. Step lightly and swing with the melody. Close your eyes and let joy lead the way. So basically, I feel like Spirit is saying here, stay happy. Lead with your heart. That this whole situation has helped you build compassion. Compassion for yourself, first of all, and compassion for others. Okay, I'm going to leave this here. I hope you like this, guys. Much love to each of you, and may you have an extremely blessed and lovely week, my friends. Bye-bye.